I can't believe I've already drawn 5 elemental girls. I think she might be my favorite character design so far. Well, hello there, I'm Detroit. I draw and I write stories. That's what I do. Today we're joined once again for the creation of an elemental girl. A cute girl with the earth-shattering power of the elements, or one element at least. This is the 5th one, following Ash, Mizu, Alize and Rocks, respectively fire, water, air and earth. This is the Storm Girl, the Lightning Girl, Lynn. Now, bear with me for the name, I need to explain a few things as I sketch her. First of all, subscribe. That's easy for you to do and really helpful to me. Secondly, how do you find a good name relating to a storm? That's a genuine question. I searched all over the internet for related names and couldn't find a single one. I searched in French, in English and in Spanish, at least, the languages I know. I also went through lists of deities related to storms and lightnings, but I wasn't convinced by any of them for her. Look at her, she's so cute, she needs a good proper name. Well, she isn't that cute yet, I'll give you that. It's still only the sketching part of the drawing process. In any case, I settled for Lyn, spelled L-Y-N, as apparently it means lightning in Norwegian, according to this baby naming thematic website. Before I lose you in the lore behind her character, quick list of what you'll see and hear me explain in a few minutes. After the sketch, I used the same techniques as I did for her sisters, inking, then laying down flats, then cell shading, and then details at the end. For now, let us talk about Lyn, shall we? Lyn is an angel. She's soft and sweet and always nice. She almost never gets angry, and certainly never without reasons. She gets on pretty well with all of her siblings, and all of the humans too for that matters. She's a good friend of mine, I would say, one of my best friends. In fact, you probably know that she's sweet, because how often does someone get struck by lightning, eh? Compared to flooding, fires, landslides and hurricanes, she's pretty mild. Of course she has her moments, but considering the power she holds in her hand, literally, she's really nice, even when something wrongs her deeply. There might be a reason why she's so nice though. Because she doesn't really have the time or the will to fight, and so agreeing and smiling is much easier. In fact, most of the time she doesn't even know what argument her sisters are having. Why is that? Because she's sleeping. Here you are faced with the sleepiest being since the beginning of time. I mean, how could she not be the sleepiest considering she has a cloud bed following her at her will? Look at that, it looks so comfy. The only thing I don't understand is that Lyn wears a plain t-shirt and jeans, but I think she would be much more comfortable in PJs or at least sweatpants. Somebody must have had no willpower to draw so many folds, eh? The pose and composition I chose for Lyn are a bit of strange ones. Unlike the others, this one had to have a bit of foreshortening, meaning that her face, hands and torso are a bit bigger in terms of proportions than her legs. Her top leg, as you can see, looks shorter. I wanted her to be sleepy. I wanted her to be laying down on a cloud. Thinking about it though, it's really weird to have a person sleeping flatly. Either the point of view is from above, or there is foreshortening in place. Considering I'm going to end up putting her next to her sisters in the same picture by the end of this video, I had to find a way to add some perspective to her. So I have this pose, where the part of her body that is twisted is conveniently hidden by a large chunk of cloud and a shoulder. That's a simplification on my part, but it still makes a normal image. I haven't really cheated because the pose is realistic. It's funny to think that I did find this pose and sketched it on my own. I had references for the overall drawing, but I didn't copy the pose or anything. What is funny is that I remember the first elemental girl drawing video, Ash, a few months ago, and me saying that I definitely wasn't there yet as an artist to be able to do that, to find a pose and do it on my own. This is exactly why I started that project of drawing a bunch of cute girls with elemental powers. I never used to draw a lot of people, and having to focus on a series of character designs like this is helping me a lot with that. trying to be consistent, trying to find appropriate color palettes and all the other skills involved. And frankly, I think I can be quite proud. I have the feeling that when you look at all the girls so far, you can tell that they were drawn by the same person. Or at least that's what I think. I'm a bit biased on that front, of course, but you're not. Tell me in the comments, do you think the 5 girls look similar? And if not, tell me in what way they don't. I'm always having art style issues. Being consistent is one of my weak points for sure. Look at any of my videos. There's not 2 of them that are really in the same art style. Well, maybe 2 or 3, but out of 107 videos, I think, it's not that much. And to be honest, I like that. I simply want to learn to be consistent when I want to. I'm not going to stop making completely different drawings. God, what I'm really good at is going on tangents. Back to the process at hand. For Lynn, I wanted a bit more personality in the coloring. I also wanted a nice palette with pink as the dominant color. I had already decided that her hair would be pink and the lightning bolt as well. I then picked the yellow tea and the blue pens, but I wanted to be certain that the colors were good. A simple way to do that, and coordinate the skin tone as well, is a tool I use very often. There's a website called Paletton, which allows you to pick a base color and then choose how many colors you want to coordinate with it. I chose 4 colors and my base pink, and then played around a bit until I found the 4 tones I end up using. What's great is that the website also gives you darker and lighter values for the same tone if you want to use it in your shading. I didn't shade that way and I never use it, but it's nice to know. My shading is always the same. I picked a color opposite that of my base value, then applied it as a multiply layer and then removed the unwanted parts. You just have to play around with opacity for that. The last thing I did with Lynn is play around with her hair a bit. I wanted her to have wavy hair, a bit frizzy if you will, and so I added light triangles in them and colored some lines in a darker pink. But you know, why stop there? For the first time in the Elemental Girls series, I decided to color the entire line art with darker shades of each color. And let me tell you, I really like it. I think it adds so much to the drawing as a whole, and that's why Lynn might be my favorite of the 5 so far, although Alize is close second. I know you can't have a favorite child, but you definitely can have a favorite drawing, so I think it's okay. Besides, they can't hear me right now, they're off preparing the apocalypse. Oh shit, I shouldn't have said that. I wasn't supposed to tell you. Anyway, here's the full picture. Subscribe for more cute girl drawings in the future. Like and comment to tell me what you think should be the next element I draw. My Instagram, Twitter and Reddit links are in the description as always, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!